Ah, hello my friends. It's been some time. How have you been? Hopefully no dislike-fueled mental breakdowns. Not that I'd know what that's like. Oh, me? I'm just doing a bit of light reading and enjoying a glass of Pinot Gris. You know, I'm a classy fellow like that. Say, would you like to read with me? I can tell you want to. I've got just the story for you as well. Here we go. This story is called A Fiery Love. Roadhog X Junkrat. Hog Daddy, are we there yet? I moaned with impatience. His massive pig head shifted his way to the back seat where I was sitting. If you say one more word, I will punish you, he oinked sexily. But if it's you, I would want to get punished, I whined. He sighed and continued driving. I shook my head and started looking out the window. For years now I've been trying to get his massive pig cock inside of me, and he never obeyed. Maybe it's because he's dominant. All this time I've been trying to get his cock inside me. I should have been waiting. He doesn't obey anyone's rules. I just gotta wait a little longer, and soon his magnum song inside of me. You see, I am a hermaphrodite, so he can't wreck my pussy and tear my asshole and fondle my balls at the same time. I got a boner just thinking about it. I then started to masturbate to the thought of Hog Daddy's pink, throbbing cock pushing my whole body back and forth, making me cry in pain. I have masturbated to this thought for the 10th time today. I whipped out my 2-inch penis and started stroking it. Suddenly, I felt a big, cold hand cover it up whole. Junkie Poo, your little dog, is turning me on. There. Hog Daddy said quietly. I gasped in surprise. Hog Daddy, will you do it for me? I whimpered, biting my lip, hoping he would notice. But Junkie Poo, I'm your father, he said back. I twisted my lips and went up to the front seat with my wanker still hanging out. Please, Daddy, I whined. He sighed and took a turn into our house. Why are we going home? I questioned. He turned his head towards me. I have something to show you. You're finally ready, he said in his deep, arousing voice. I got excited and climbed out of the car. I followed him to a secret room in the basement. He opened the door, and there lay hundreds of sex toys, ready of my choosing. OMG, Daddy, you shouldn't have, I yelled in excitement. And all this time, I was so excited that I forgot my dick was still out. Daddy stared at my cock and grabbed the handcuffs from the corner of the room. Lay on the bed, face down, he said in a low growl. I suddenly looked at his pants and saw his 10-inch penis standing straight up in his pants. I licked my lips and did as he commanded. As I lay face first on the bed, he lifted me ass, putting me in a position where he can see everything. He handcuffed my hands to the frame and started to pull my pants down. I could feel his cold, clammy pig hands in my cheeks. I moaned at the thought. You like that? He chuckled. I like everything you do, Daddy, I half moaned. He chuckled and slapped my ass with a whip. I yelped in pain. More, I whispered painfully. I loved the pain, especially since he was my father. He slapped it harder the next time, and he kept going until there were reed marks in both my cheeks. I then heard the sound of unzipping. It's time, I thought. I felt the top of his hook play around with my anus. I moaned quietly. He used this as a sign. He then started to put his thick dick inside of me. With every second, he ripped my arsehole more, making me moan louder than the screams of burning Jews. Yes, Daddy, put all of your throbbing cock in, I yelled. He then used this as a sign, and suddenly stuffed every single inch of his 10-inch penis inside of me. I moaned loudly with pleasure. He went faster and faster, making my whole body shake. Yes, Daddy, put all of your throbbing cock in, I yelled. He then used this as a sign, and suddenly stuffed every single inch of his 10-inch penis inside me. I moaned loudly with pleasure. He went faster and faster, making my whole body shake, and with each push I yelled, Harder, Hog Daddy! You like that, son? He said, between breaths. I moaned, showing him that I loved it. He suddenly started fondling my balls. I couldn't say anything but a sound. I wanted him to never stop. As he was fondling my balls, he felt around and felt my vagina. Junkie, you're a hermie? He said, in surprise. He lifted his throbbing cock out of my arsehole, making it open and close rapidly. Sorry, Daddy, I thought maybe, I stuttered. No, you must be punished. Now suck my cock as I think of what to do, he said, angry. I whimpered as he took the handcuffs off of me. There were red marks where the handcuffs were. Daddy then grabbed my wrists and pushed me down on the bed. I looked up and saw the tip of his penis, tracing my face. I willingly opened my mouth and started sucking his cock. It tasted like bacon. It tasted very good and gladly went down on all of his 10 inches. After 5 minutes of me sucking, he cummed while my mouth was still sucking. I knew it would please Daddy if I swallowed, so I swallowed all the grease that came out of his bacon-tasting cock. As I struggled to swallow his grease, he lifted up my chin and started speaking to me. "Do you think I'll be a good grandfather?" he asked. I wasn't so sure why he asked that, but I nodded my head in agreement. I saw his cheeks rise, meaning that he was smiling. He pushed me over and whipped my ass into place. He felt around and started to finger my vagina. Suddenly, I knew what he meant. "You don't mean," I asked. "Shut up and let me fuck you," he yelled. I then felt his massive cock search around my pussy, finally finding the right hole. He slowly fit his fried bacon into my 16-year-old pussy. I gasped in surprise. I never used this part of me, and now that I know the feeling, I need to use it more often. He put it in further. A little blood came out. I started to panic, but then he put his meaty fingers against my lips. "Shh, it's alright." I felt soothed by his voice. I continued to enjoy the moment. Suddenly I felt a warm substance fill my pussy. I moaned in pleasure, making me come as well. Daddy?" I questioned. "Hush, my love. You said I would make a good granddaddy," he replied. He took his dick out of me once more, our liquids falling on the bedsheets. We both took a deep breath and realized what a memorable experience this was. We cuddled for the next hour or so, thinking about the name of our new child, and my brother. "What do you think, Daddy?" I asked him, admiring his beautiful features. He huffed, deep in thought. "What about pyrocynical?" he whispered in my ear. "Perfect," I whispered back. He then turned his head, locking eyes with me. "No homo," he said, as he kissed my head. Wow, what a tale, am I right, guys? Well, I think that's enough reading for now. It was good to see you. Come back again sometime.